go. Let's go. I saw you already got a let's go in the comments. Let's go. Uh-oh. We got to X out of that. So Sub-Zero says hello. He says, let's go too. Let's go. Come on. He's getting bigger. He's getting bigger. Okay, so to start today's show, and this is going to be a fun time. So we're going to start today's show with our daughter Liliana, who is 13, that just won her talent show today at her middle school. So her and her friend, what was her name? I'm sorry? Kaylin. Her and her friend Kaylin won their talent show. So what she's going to do is to give us all an encore of that performance. She is going to sing us a song. Let's go, Lily. Let's go. Come on, Sub-Zero.
Do I start?
Yep, go ahead.
I got my ticket for the long way round, 2 bottle whiskey for the way, and I sure would like some sweet company, and I'm leaving tomorrow. What do you say? When I'm gone, when I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my head, you're gonna miss me everywhere. Oh, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I got my ticket for the long way around. Oh, the prettiest of views. It's got mountains, it's got rivers, it's got sights to make you shivers. And I'm sure it'd be prettier with you. When I'm gone, when I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my head, you're gonna miss me everywhere. Oh, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone, when I'm gone. When I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my head, you're gonna miss me everywhere. Oh, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Good job, brother.
That was excellent. Great job on winning your talent show. All right. Fist pump on that. All right.
I'm gonna go.
Adios.
Fist bump or hug.
Yeah. Mighty fine job, Lily, as always. All right, you ready to start today's show?
Yeah.
All right, hello.
You're fine in the corner?
Do you want to scoot? Yeah, we'll scoot. All right, we're going to do a quick stage adjustment here. Sorry for the noise. It sounded like a kid in like school with the teacher's chalk breaking on the chalkboard. All right. Welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Guys, we're very apologetic for not being here every single day as we run up to a major, but we will do our best to get as many shows out as we can during this upcoming French Open. Today is Monday, May the 9th, 2022, and we are going to get right into it because we have a lot to talk about. The French Open begins in a week, okay? A lot of you have played our $500 cash competitions as well as our fantasy team competitions, and we are going to do that once again. Gene Swart, who is on now, I see him. He is in South Africa, and I'm sure Thomas Chi, who is in Canada, will get on soon. They are going to direct and to keep up with the fantasy team and the $500 cash giveaway competitions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run through the rules to that here. All right. We have been really busy, and I don't want to, or we don't have the time, at least, to make a bunch of different videos for it. So if you're just tuning into this after the show has been, published, or once it's not live, it takes a little while to publish. So you might want to skip ahead like 5 or 10 minutes if you're catching this later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys the rules to the $500 cash giveaway, as well as the fantasy team competitions, where the 2 top competitors will receive $50 each. And as well, of course, I'll take care of Thomas Chi and Gene Swart as well. All right. So for the $500 cash giveaway, the only thing you need to do is be subscribed to play in any of the 2 games. Just subscribe, and everything else is free. Just click the button. For the $500, all you need to do is to put in comments on this video your predictions for the men's final of the French Open and the women's final of the French Open, and predict both winners. So if I think Rafa Nadal and Novak Djokovic are going to make the final, and I think Nadal will win, and I think Swiatek and Halep will make the final, and I think Halep wins, then that's all I need to do, okay? If you win, if you hit that spot on, then you will receive $500 cash. The last person to do this was Matt Kane in London, and we're dying for another winner. So If there is a tie, though, let's say you and 5 other people select the same final, same winner, and you hit, then the fantasy team competition will break that tie. So you don't have to play the fantasy team competition. You do stand to win $50 more if you finish in the top 2, but you do not have to play if you don't want to. But if there's a tie, you're automatically out if someone else did. All right, so for the fantasy team competitions, you will select a total of 9 men's players and a total of 9 women's players, which is a total of 18 players. Okay, 9 men, 9 women. Both and on both teams, on the men's team and the women's team, you must have at least, or you must have one. Excuse me. Let me clarify that because I stumbled there for a moment. On your men's team and on your women's team, you must have one qualifier or wild card / unseeded player. So in other words, not seeded wild card. So you have to have one player, wild card, qualifier, or unseeded. All right, outside of the top 128, whatever. That person, if they win a match, is worth 3 points per match win. Okay. You also can have as many. You can also have as many players as you wish seated outside of the top 20. All right. So you can have the other 8 players seated outside of the top 20. No problem. You can have as many as 8 players seated outside of the top 20. All right. And each one of those players is worth 2 points per match win. Okay. Mm-hmm. You can only have a maximum of 4 players that are seated within the top 20. All right. They are worth 1 point apiece. Now, when I mean seated in the tournament and not ranked in the world. Sometimes you might have a player that's ranked number 20 in the world or 21 in the world, but they're seated 19th. Be careful with that. So you're going to have to look at the draws. Okay. If you have a player that pulls out prior to the competition starting, you're going to get that lucky loser unless Gene Swart or Thomas Chi catches it and you get it figured out prior to that. Mm-hmm. Okay. The top 2 winners will receive $50. All right. I'm going to give you an example of a team that I just pencil whipped. I didn't look at anything. I looked at the top 10 and then top players and I just came up with a quick team. All right. Okay. So here's my team. On my hypothetical team, I would have Rafa Nadal as a 1-point player. Novak Djokovic is another 1-point player. And Carlos Alcaraz is another 1-point player. I don't trust anyone else outside those top 3 to get me points. Now, remember, if you have a 1-point player and someone else has a 2-point player that's winning this many matches, so if Alcaraz makes the quarterfinals, I have 4 points. But if Wawrinka makes the quarterfinals, I'm guessing he'll probably be a wild card, then I'll have 12 points. Understand the strategy. So my 4th player I picked was Riley Opelka, worth 2 points. Denis Shapovalov, worth another 2 points. Sebastian Korda, worth another 2 points. Mormir Kekmanovic, worth another 2 points. And Ugo Humbert, worth another 2 points. And Stanislas Wawrinka, the former champion, worth 3 points per match win if he is indeed a wild card or whatever. So anyway, there are multiple competitions we have done with the exact rules on it. And I don't want to bore a lot of you that want to get right into tennis talk with that. So if you look at our other playlists for every other past major, then you can see how the rules go because we isolate time and do a separate video for that. Okay. All right. Any questions that you have, put them in comments on this video. Any teams that you submit, put them on this video. This is where Gene Swart and Thomas Chi will keep up with your selections. They will document them. They will write them down and then input them in the computer programs that they wrote. And we worked on this together. So they have it really planned out well, and they always do a really good job. But don't make it harder for them than necessary. Put any comments on this video, any team selections on this video, any changes or anything must be on this video. And Thomas Chi and Gene Swart, I will definitely pay you as always. And there's been some inflation lately, so I'll pay you a little bit more. All right. Did I miss anything? I always look out for my boys. Serious?
I wish that people kept up with us with inflation. Can you give me that light? You notice there's a light missing.
Oh, I get it for you.
Yeah. It's called inflation.
Inflation's bitch, for real. All right, you gotta take a cotton or something. All right. You want some extra lighting? There you go.
Thank you.
Shine a light on me. All right. Did I miss anything, Carla, on the fantasy teams?
No. Good luck.
Okay.
Guys.
Good luck.
I'm gonna need it.
We're giving away $500, and
you are going to need it.
You're gonna play well. All right. Starting with a couple of shout outs. First shout out to all of our students and players and fans and families that came out and watched this last tournament that we ran at Mirror Lake Racket Club where we teach. A special shout out to a couple of people, your brother who won doubles with Jody Crane. What's up, Jody? Finally came out and played. Let's get down. Handled his business.
What's up, Brian? They did awesome.
Yeah, what's up, Brian? For real, we're doing a tournament Father's Day. That means you're in, right? You said it already. He already said that, didn't he?
Yeah, I have a hard time believing Ryan till I see it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, bro. Also a shout out to George May. George May is a fine gentleman. He is one of our federal district attorneys here in the state of Alabama. Very influential in my life for sure. And he was a gentleman that came out where about 5 or 6 other younger gentlemen that are club members or people that we know that declined to play out of they didn't want to lose, and he showed up. So I'm going to give him a shout out as well. All right.
Yeah, this one's when? June something?
Yeah, Father's Day I think is like June 8. No, when is Father's Day? June something.
16, 17, 18. It's going to be doubles, right?
Yeah, and we'll get into singles, but we don't have. We'll do a singles tournament ASAP, but we don't have the internet to keep up with the singles draws. You know, it's quick, and you have to deal with data and report the scores. Not a lot of kids, not a lot of parents want to bring their children to singles tournaments if they're not like USTA or UTR. Or do you know what I mean? Because it doesn't count for anything, and they have to travel. So if you can't download that information and keep people in hotels up with draw times and match start times and so forth, it becomes a real issue. All right.
My wife gave me her blessing. So Ryan, who's going to be your partner if you're going to play doubles?
Yeah, who's going to be your partner, Ryan? You got to think about that one. Mm-hmm. And we can't play.
No, we're not playing. What would we play? It's men's doubles and women's
doubles.
doubles.
Ryan and I make a really good doubles team. I think Ryan and I would be really hard to beat. But a matter of fact, I think we would. I think we would kind of. Well, I don't know. Your brother and Jody and Stephen Morgan and Patrick were really solid.
Tough to beat. Yeah. I think Christopher, I have in mind who's going to play with already.
Oh, you can play with our son Christopher.
Well, I'm sure that Robert's going to ask him to play. So.
But that's not. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. And no disrespect to Robert.
Robert's on there.
That's okay, Robert. So if
but what are we doing? Are we doing it by division? Are we doing different groups?
That's a good poll question.
Because I feel like if you have maybe we should do like
2 men's divisions.
2 men's divisions.
2 men's divisions and 2 women's divisions.
I think we need to separate it this time because I feel like some of the guys, they have to get a super strong 4-5.
Yeah. And it's interesting conundrum. All right, we're going to get right into tennis, and we'll discuss that on a more non-international stage. So let's start with the first topic. First topic is I'm going to read the top 10 men's players in the world and the top 10 women's players in the world. And I wanted to discuss whether or not you think it's true to form, whether this is a solid top 10, whether some of these top 10 players are just in here because the competition is weak, or maybe, good job for all these 10 players being in here because the competition is that strong. So here we go. Men's side, Rafa Nadal, number 1, Novak Djokovic, 2, Carlos Alcaraz, 3, Riley Opelka, 4, Denis Shapovalov, 5, Sebastian Korda, 6, Momir Kekmanovic, 7, Ugo Humbert, 8, oh no, that's my fantasy team, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I'm an idiot. Slap me in the face. Can you slap me on the face on that? No, I was reading my fantasy team.
No.
See, I had notes all on one page and I threw that out the window. All right, number 1 in the world for real. Novak Djokovic, number 1. Medvedev, 2. Zverev, 3. Rafa Nadal, 4. Tsitsipas, 5. Carlos Alcaraz, 6. Rublev, 7. Berrettini, 8. Felix Auger-Aliassime, number 9, and Casper Ruud, number 10, and what's his name? Yannick Sinner took a drop, right? Again.
Yeah, Sinner's been kind of dipping. Yeah, I wonder what's going on.
Okay. On the women's side, Iga Swiatek, Barbara Krejcikova, Badosa, Sakari, Kontaveit, Pliskova, Jabeur, who I think just won a tournament, didn't she? Didn't Jabeur just win a tournament?
She did. She won Madrid.
Yeah, and Aryna Sabalenka coming in at 8, Danielle Collins at 9, and Garbine Muguruza coming in at 10. My question is this. Is this a solid top 10 based upon maybe the last 50 years? And 2, do any of these players win the French Open?
Who?
Any of them. Do any of those players win the French Open?
I mean, anybody has a chance there.
Okay, so
the women's?
Do any of those players win? Would you bet your life that any one of these 20 players are going to win?
I bet my life on Nadal that he would win.
You would?
Yeah.
Do you agree with Carla?
Out of everybody there, though, out of everybody you mentioned, you would have to put Nadal 1, Djokovic 2. Even though Alcaraz beat him, 2 out of 3 sets to me, it says nothing. I've seen these guys lose 2 out of 3. Now Banyan did it. We know with Federer. Who did he beat?
Well, I think Nalbandian was the only man to have.
But he never won a
Federer,
slam.
Djokovic, and
never
Federer
won a slam
in the same tournament.
Never won a slam. It just shows you. I don't think young boy is ready for that, and I'm willing to bet Nadal and then Djokovic. Even though Djokovic has been struggling, I believe by the French Open he'll be ready. One of those 2 guys. And the women's is a toss-up. It really is a toss-up. We might as well throw the dice with their names and see where it rolls.
Yeah, I look, it's a coin toss whether anyone in that top 20 list, men's and women's, wins it.
No, you always
and look, we usually do a $250 cash giveaway or $300. I think it was $250 last tournament, which was our biggest pot. So we're going $500 because of how tough it is.
I don't think anybody's gonna win it.
We'll see. So you mentioned Carlos Alcaraz. He just beat Rafa Nadal, and he also beat Novak Djokovic, which you mentioned Nalbandian because he beat Federer, Djokovic, and Nadal in the same tournament. When Djokovic was really very, very, very young, Federer was much, much, much younger, and Nadal was extremely young, right?
Yeah.
So here Alcaraz beats a mature Nadal,
beats veterans that are almost at the end of their career.
Okay.
So he beat him. Nalbandian did when they were younger, and Alcaraz is doing it as they're pretty much out soon. All credits to him. I think it's great, but I think he's playing a lot. I think 3 out of 5 is a different story. I think when these 2 guys in their head play slams, they're different animals, as we've seen. I don't think it'll happen. Not this year.
Who is better? Who is better? Alcaraz now at his age, at his current age, or Rafa Nadal when he was his exact age? Who was better? How old was Nadal when he beat Federer at Wimbledon in 2008?
I would have to say Rafa, don't you think?
Who was better, Rafa at Alcaraz's age or
Rafa? I don't think that's even a question.
Can you give me a poll question?
Sure.
All right, poll question is this: Who was better at this as at the exact age that Alcaraz is now, Rafa or Alcaraz? Now, Alcaraz comes off like a prize fighter. He's Spanish trained. He has that Spanish type mentality. Now, I'm going to give a shout out to someone, and his name is Chris Lewitt. Chris Lewitt, Lewitt. He has a YouTube channel, and he's a tennis coach, and he is coaching in Vermont, a state where I've lived, and did a little bit of coaching and streaming there actually, in Rutland, Vermont. Anyway. I give him a shout out because he did a really good video today or yesterday actually about summer camps and parents that are wanting to sign their kids up for summer camps. Anyway, check his videos out. They're really good. So shout out to Chris Lewitt. You were laughing. What is
terrible
it?
comment?
What's the comment?
On women's side who's not on her period. Oh, well.
Delete that and block the dude.
Thank you,
Ginu. You're now adios, bro. Pleasure visiting. But we always tell people we're all about positive energy. We're positive energy for sure. We've been around for a little while, so anything negative or anything stupid like that is just going to be deleted. See you next time, bro. Create a fake account, do it again, and we'll cancel that one. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Okay, so what was I talking about? See, I wasted a second of thought on such a dumb comment. Man, people are just cowards, man. Okay.
You were talking about the guy that teaches.
Okay. So Alcaraz. I gave him a shout out. Chris Lewitt. Check out his videos. He has a YouTube channel, and he does things. And his thing is called and I wrote it down. Prodigy Maker. Chris Lewitt's Prodigy Maker. And the video that really we liked a lot was the junior tennis video because he's doing camps now, and we're getting into that soon.
Well, let's find out when Nadal won his first slam.
All right. Alcaraz, his footwork is amazing. He has star power, right? Mm-hmm. He's young and he has the boxing type footwork, right? How many times, Carla, have you and I relayed to students the importance of footwork and how boxing is a good way to get your footwork going?
You have many times.
A lot. We have boxing gloves over there because of that.
So Nadal won his first major title, Roland Garros, in 2005, just 2 days after his 19th birthday. Didn't Alcaraz just turn 19 too?
Correct, but who's better? Who's better?
In my opinion, I think
Nadal.
I mean, they're different. I hate comparing Nadal and Alcaraz, honestly, because I think they're different people. We're all different people. I don't know why we always have to compare a player to another.
Even if they were tit for tat at the same age,
But they have different game styles.
Nadal's a lefty, so that gives him
Completely different game styles too. It's not the same game
Oh,
style.
I get it. Nadal's a lefty. That gives him a little bit of an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And he hits the ball late, so it's hard to read.
Sonia said, I agree with Carla. Rafa and Novak are favored to win Roland Garros. Carlos Alcaraz is great. He was very good kickster. Court coverage is great. Drop shots also great. Yvonne says, has anyone else noticed that Alcaraz developed geniocomastia this year? What is that?
What is that?
I don't know what that is. What is that, Yvonne or Ivan?
That he what? Where do you even see that? Oh, I see it. I don't know what that means. That's a great comment, though.
Mm-hmm.
Anything medical takes away free thinking from your brain. You have a trillion cells, but anytime there's an infection or some type of issue, those cells focus on that area, and you know what I mean?
He's saying my boy is on PEDS. There is no way that you can naturally develop gyno at 18.
Okay, so look, so this is a fair question. So Ivan Stanislavich believes that Alcaraz might be on some type of performance-enhancing drug. Does anyone else think that way? I mean, it's an objective question. There was a point in time. There was a point in time where Rafa Nadal, 2010, where he won the U.S. Open and he was jacked up and was wearing sleeveless shirts and he looked like He-Man. There was a point in time where a lot of Spanish players were under the radar for taking performance-enhancing drugs. Are you telling me that this could be an accusation?
I'm sorry, but I've seen 19-year-olds. You look at them in the military academy; they're jacked up. You think they're grown men? They're not taking anything. They just work out. So what about high school football players that are jacked up, but they're not taking anything? I have to disagree with that comment.
There's a Fish song that goes, maybe so, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think that's some maybe so, maybe not. Great comment, great thought process.
So
but
he said,
I think there has to be proof of anything, though.
Yvonne says that's a breast condition that happens to boys during puberty due to hormonal imbalance. Okay.
I can't say anything because I don't know.
Yeah.
But a great look in 2010. I thought Nadal was potentially jacking up because he was so big. I was at the U.S. Open in 2007 and 2008, both years. I was in Vermont there living and drove south to the Open 2 years in a row. Mm-hmm. And watching Nadal between the years of 2007 and 2008, and fast forward to a year that I didn't go and then went back, or 2 years, mm-hmm. and then 2010, you're like, whoa, he had a good weightlifting season, right? Weightlifting at heavy weights is not conducive for great fluidity. In tennis, would you rather, if you could go to a video game, like if you could create a video game and create your player, how you can play like video games, you create, what is it called? An avatar. If you could create your avatar for a video game, would you create a big muscular boom, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, woo? Would you create that, or would you create more of a Djokovic-like slender? Well, you would create the more slender guy, right?
Oh yeah, because they last longer.
Exactly. They have less impact on joints and so forth. Anyway, and there's less energy that gets burned because you're lighter on the feet. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so would you create an avatar of Beast Mode, Ric Flair, or Triple H, or would you create a avatar of someone like Djokovic?
Someone definitely like Djokovic.
Right. So if you use performance-enhancing drugs, you can
Sorry about the music on the background.
You can do the same workouts that you always do. Thanks, guys. You can do the same workout you always do, and the PEDs enhance a lot of stuff, including mass and so forth. Right. So, there has been a lot of, I guess you could say, conspiracy theories that in the 2010 timeframe, Nadal was possibly guilty of such.
I don't know. Ryan says, I enjoy Carlos. He's really good for the game. I just hope he can stay healthy and does not get burned out too quickly.
Speaking of staying healthy, Bianca Andreescu, who in the hell is that? I forgot. And
you obviously remember her because you said her name.
And Emma Raducanu, who I forgot who that is too, who I think now is still without a coach. Or no, she's now without a coach again. So she won the U.S. Open, dropped her coach because she went to the Met Gala. And then ultimately she sucks, like we always said she did. And then she dissed that coach because she sucked. And then now she's like quoting saying, I'm a loner because I don't have a coach. I think, no, she's a loner because she went to the Met Gala after she won a hocus pocus Zudu-like damn U.S. Open. And everybody knows that shit was fucked up. And it was, and that's that. Ask Roberta Vinci and Panetta, by the way, represent Italy on that comment. But let's look. They're playing one another tomorrow. Carla found out that Raducanu, who the hell is that? And found out that who in the hell is Andreescu. They're playing one another. And you know, Carla, what was your exact words on that match? You said that was a what?
I said, guess what? Your Who's are playing.
You said it was a dream match.
It was.
Can I stop these bells?
Yes. You said, I told Justin, I was like, guess what, Justin? The Who's are playing your favorite players. And he's like, the Who's? I'm like, yeah, the two Who's. And now we find out that what? Raducanu?
Yeah.
Raducanu and Andreescu.
Raducanu. Can I ask?
But I think Andreescu will beat her, honestly. I don't think that she'll have a problem.
Yeah, poll question here. Poll question here.
Another one?
Poll question here.
Okay, so I have to end this one.
Well, okay, we'll end poll. Nadal won. And who was better at the age of 19? Nadal. That wasn't rocket science, Carla.
Okay.
A lefty that was better. How old was Nadal when he beat Federer in 2008? And the epic, almost dark final at Wimbledon. Before there was a
What is the poll question, Justin?
Okay, shit, I forgot.
Who is better, Raducanu or?
I forgot what it was.
I don't know.
Okay,
put it against each other.
Okay. If both players are healthy, if both Andreescu and Raducanu, if Raducanu and Andreescu are both healthy, who's a better player? And I'm hoping you're saying Andreescu. And by the way, I hope she didn't wear that stupid armband. She wears this damn hair scrunchie on her bicep. It's so cheesy. She needs to take that off. So stupid. Why did she wear that? You know what I'm talking about? Do you know the damn armband she wears? So dumb. Why do you wear that? You look like a little 3-year-old or something.
I don't think I saw her name. Raducanu.
R-A-D, Radu, C-A-N, yeah. Can-U, A-N-U, yeah, boom. Let's go. If healthy, who's the better player? I'm saying Andreescu all day. Uh-oh. Carla's doing the jacked up the screen.
No,
oh.
Or both.
How is both?
Or same.
Same? Andreescu's way better.
Well, that's it. You have to put 3 options in, Justin.
Oh, you forced the third option.
Yes, I had to because I changed it.
Andreescu's the better player, flat out. Raducanu, who is that? She got lucky.
When Rafa came out, Robert, people knew he was going to be a star from the beginning. They knew it. There was no question about it. I remember watching him as a very, very young boy. You already knew. Everybody knew already. I think that Alcaraz has had to work a little bit harder, maybe because he's righty, and doesn't have all that top spin. But I think Nadal was a shoo-in to be a star. Carla? Djokovic had to work a little bit harder for it. No one really expected him to be a star. At a young age, he kind of, had a lot of retirements, went through some stuff, breathing problems and stuff. So he became a champion at a later age. He had to mature a little bit.
What are some of the attributes that magnetized you to Rafa? What drew you in?
He had a different look. It was a different look from every other player. The long hair.
The capri pants.
It was just different.
The long
I don't think Alcaraz looks different from other players. Rafa did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Alcaraz
he was lefty, but really a righty. His uncle was coaching him. He could have been a soccer star, but chose tennis. It's just different. He has some fire. Even the accent is different. There was something about him that it was just magnetizing. I'm not saying that Alcaraz is not, but there's a lot of players that look like Alcaraz. As far as looks, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, short hair.
Same,
the same fade.
Same Babylon racket, blah, blah, blah.
So can I ask everyone a question? And give me your honest answer. If Rafael Nadal and Djokovic are on opposite sides of the Roland Garros draw, and they are, they're 1 and 2, right? Am I correct? Fact check me. I'm
1 and 2. Well,
aren't they,
isn't Medvedev 2?
No, I think he dropped to 3. I think Djokovic is 1 and Nadal is 2. I didn't do my writing on that. I'm sorry, but okay. So if Novak Djokovic and Rafa Nadal are on opposite sides of the draw, okay, would you be willing to bet your fantasy team as well as your $500 cash giveaway opportunity on stating that those will be your finalists? So in other words, my question is, if Nadal and Djokovic are on opposite sides of the draw, would you bet that they are going to meet each other in the final?
Probably.
I'm not asking probably. I wouldn't put $500 on probably. I'd put $500 on what? Get some. I'm going to win that.
One of them will make it.
Get down. Emma Raducanu. Who is you keep
so far 80% say Andreescu.
I agree. I figured that would be the case. Andreescu's a great player, but she can't stay healthy. right? When Andreescu started getting hot, we did shows on this. Go back and look.
So Gene said that could be a quarterfinal. So they must be 1-3.
Who?
Must be. How would they be? What's Rafa's ranking?
I looked at the ATP rankings like a couple of weeks ago. I haven't.
Wouldn't 1-3?
I think they're 1-2.
Wouldn't 1-3 face?
It depends. It depends. And this is. If you guys keep up with draw making, and we make draws a lot for tournaments, so I love the shystiness of watching other people make draws because they're rigged as shit. But we always do ours fairly. That's why we have draw ceremonies, right? So the 1 seed always goes on top. The 2 seed goes on the bottom. Now it's really a kind of it's supposed to go 3 then 4. But sometimes if a draw maker wants to be a dick, they put 4 and 3. And then if a draw maker really wants to be a dick, they like put someone up here and they put all the fierce competition down here. So, their precious student can make the final without a bump in the path. And you get all these tired players, and the best one of those tired players make the final. We know quite a few people that do that. They suck. Anyway, we do random draws so everybody knows we didn't rig it, right?
Yeah.
So if it's done correctly, 1 seed, 2 seed, 3 seed, 4 seed, 5 seed, 6 seed, and on, in a draw of 128, they should meet in the final if they're 1 and 2.
Okay, so Nadal's number 4.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that would be who's number 1? Djokovic.
Yeah,
so
Medvedev's
2. So Djokovic, Medvedev, and what's Nadal?
4.
Who's 3?
Zverev
3, Nadal 4. Yeah, should put them in opposite sides of the draw. And if it's not, draw's bullshit. Fact. Check your math. Fact.
What about Zverev reaching the final of Madrid? Jeez, he got his ass beat, didn't he?
Yeah, by a little boy.
Enough said.
By a little boy.
I mean, he beat Sissy ass, but Sissy
Yeah.
ass. Always,
Sissy who? Who is that? Sissy who? What? When, why, what, where, how? I'm in an English class. Sissy Sissy boy. What? Tell your dad to get lost. All right. Do they meet in the...
Then he beat Musetti in round of 16. Okay, big deal. All right. Anyways.
We used to talk a lot about Musetti with his clean one-handed backhand. We haven't heard much from him. Birds are chirping.
So Sonia said, we compare Carlos with Sasha, Daniil, and Stefano. Carlos is definitely a future Grand Slam champion, but continues to develop his game. Agree. Completely. Okay. I totally agree with that.
So Sanja.
Absolutely. I think he has a better chance of winning a slam at this stage, at this point of his career than Zverev.
He really hasn't claimed a surface yet, though. Is he a jack of all trades and he can claim every surface? Or is Carlos going to be the master of a surface? Like, what major is he supposed to win? Are you telling me it's clay? Is it hard court? What? He's been doing well on all surfaces. What surface do you think suits Alcaraz's game?
I don't know yet. You would think clay, right? Because he trained on it.
He has great movement, like a boxer, though.
He was very good on hard court. I don't remember grass, how he did on grass. I'm gonna take hard court for him. I think he does better on hard court because of his movement. He has light feet. He looks like a deer, a gazelle, like Floyd Mayweather when he boxes. He's really smooth and chill. And on hard court, your legs take a beating. So at the end of a tournament, if he's still in it, then his legs should be fresher. So I give him the edge on the hard court. So if he's really that great, we should see some good things for him at Indian Wells, Sony Ericsson. Oh, sorry, that was a long time ago. Miami or the U.S. Open, right? Mm-hmm. I think he should. I think he would do well at the U.S. Open. I mean, he should do good at clay because that's where he practiced. Not sure about grass. Not sure. All right. So here's a question for everyone as well. What are some things that will get in Carlos Alcaraz's way of being a big-time champion? What are some things that can happen? Ask Raducanu who? Ask Andreescu. Ask one of those two. I don't think he'll have that problem. I think. But what are the problems? I think Carlos, his coach. But what are the problems? Before we talk about why, what are the problems? I mean, too much money. All the too much stardom, too many girls. Yeah, but I don't think that'll happen with this kid. I think that he has a coach that's been there, done that, and I think he's worked too hard. He's very humble, so I don't think that'll happen. I don't see that happening. Agree with exactly what you said. Mm-hmm. Too many girls is the big thing with young men. They get that poing, and then they're like done. You know what I mean? They get that poing, done. Stop. Okay. Anyway, I'm just telling them the truth. Okay, it happens. Ask a lot of these guys. Ask all the guys that get that instant superstardom. It happens. It's distracting. Okay, number one. Well, you can see that happen to Agassi.
The list goes
It's
on.
happened to Agassi. I think it happened to Safin for a little while.
You can go back to the ancient Greeks and Romans, and
I don't think it's ever happened to Nadal. I don't think it's happened to Federer because they kind of stayed grounded to the same girl.
Djokovic, may have had a little hang up there.
Djokovic I don't think it had to do with girls. I think it more had to do with his physicality. Like he had issues with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it had to do
That's
with
where I was going with that. Okay, so we've had nagging injuries with the likes of Andreescu. That's one thing, an injury. Someone said it earlier. If he stays healthy, was it Sanja that said that? Someone had written a comment that what can get in his way. In my opinion, what can get in Alcaraz's way of being great is the following: not continuing to adapt his game, not continuing to learn. When Raducanu won that U.S. Open, and so many people and other YouTubers were saying she's going to be the future GOAT, and we thrashed that, is her game was predictable. Her game was predictable. We said on a couple of shows that someone is going to watch some YouTube video of this U.S. Open, and she's going to get dominated because she's pretty much predictable. And what's happened? So she dissed one coach because he wasn't good enough. And then she fires another one because now she's, I guess, blaming sucking on her. But the fact of the matter is people just figured out her tactics. Alcaraz.
Well, there were no tactics. She got lucky at a slam where it was two juniors playing against each other.
Yeah, it was two juniors.
Much. That's what I said, Ryan. Playing too much. I feel like he's playing too much. I know that he pulled out of Rome, but I think it's not because of an injury. I think the coach probably said, hey, French Open's around the corner. We need to chill the body. First Year 9 says Alcaraz is another TM, too physical. Will get mental burnout. I watched TM today play against Fognini. Fognini looked like he was wearing some jail or soccer outfit. It was awful. I did watch the match, and TM does not have the power he used to have on his strokes.
He's rusty.
He's rusty. I feel that he lacks a lot of power, where before his shots would hit with a lot of spin, push the opponent back. And Fognini, what is it? The beautiful what do you call him?
The beautiful beard.
The beautiful beard, Fognini. He got out of trouble, but TM, poor TM. Like I said, one and done.
Okay, look, I'm going to reenact one point of the Dominic Thiem and Fabio Fognini match. Sub-Zero, you ready for this? All right, here we go. Do you want to do it with me, or you want me to do it solo? You want me to do it? You want to do it together?
Sure.
Okay, you be you be Thiem with the wa-e, and I'll be Fognini with the
Yeah.
All right,
he hits the ball.
Yeah, let me put this dog down because he's big and he hurts. He's really like 50 pounds now. He's a big boy. All right, are you guys ready for this? So I'm gonna serve it in, and let's do this good. So I'm gonna serve it in. I want you to play it off the return, and let's go like a +6 or 7. You ready?
Oh my god. Okay. Go.
Let's go. You ready? Aye.
What?
Come on, keep playing.
What?
Come on, put more energy. Let's get it done, girl.
What?
Give me another one.
What?
Short ball. I got it.
Wait, and go like this.
Beautiful beard. Did I look good in the silky smooth beard, Fabio Fognini?
No, when he walks, he goes like this.
So good. Looks so good.
He's like this.
Looks so good. I'm Italian. I look good.
He goes, love me.
Fabio
Praise
Fognini. There you go. There you go.
He's like, love me, praise me.
Let's
yes,
go.
I'm beautiful.
Do I look good for the camera?
Yes.
Patrick Mouratoglou and Fabio Fognini should start a tennis academy. Well, no, not tennis. They should start a beauty academy, right? You could have they could sell these. How if you go to Disneyland, you can buy a stuffed animal orca or a killer whale or something. If you went to the Patrick Mouratoglou and the Fabio Fognini camp, you would get Jack in the Boxes. The things you had when you were a kid, beep, 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 and then a big clown pops out of it. Instead of the clown popping out of each one, even though they're both clowns, you would have Mouratoglou come out with a little speaker, because now it's not just automated stuff that pops out like in the 50s. It's everything's got technology in it. So Patrick Mouratoglou's Jack in the Box would come out and go boop, look at me, I'm so pretty. Okay, and then Fabio Fognini's would pop out and be like, boop, I have a beautiful beard. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Deep thought. Let's go. All right. Where am I going? Where are we headed from here?
Where are you going?
Next up, Stanislas Wawrinka. Stanislas Wawrinka beats the lumberjack to 7'12". That would be 8 feet. That's okay. Riley Opelka. Is Stan the man Wawrinka or Barinka, however, these people.
Wawrinka.
Yeah, is Ba or Wawa.
Yeah.
Is Chewy Chewbacca a threat for Roland Garros? He's won it before. Is he a threat?
He could definitely surprise some of us and mess up some people for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he beat Opelka. I mean, but
He beat Djokovic in the final to win the
he
tournament.
could definitely mess it. He would probably be one of my wild cards. I would definitely pick him as a wild card.
If you are playing fantasy team and Wawrinka does not draw like Djokovic or Nadal in the first round, I would risk the 3-point pick on him to win $50 for the fantasy team.
Absolutely.
Surely. That's a no-brainer. We don't play our own game just like we don't play our own tournaments. But if I was playing, I would definitely take Wawrinka if he's a wild card that's giving me a potential 3 points for every match win. And if he lost in the first round, whatever.
I have a feeling we're going to see Alcaraz as the winner. A lot of people, which is good. I hope they do pick that.
Okay. I
hope they pick that.
I'm going to offer someone out there.
I hope. Stop betting our money.
Let me handle this one.
Stop betting our money.
I'm going to offer one person out there 20-1 odds. Okay. Meaning if you bet $1 and you win, I'll pay you 20. The first person out there to accept this bet, okay, 20-1 odds, meaning if you bet $5 and you win, I pay you $100. I swear to you, okay? I always follow up my bets too, and I wouldn't bet it if I don't got it, okay? Nothing but my balls and my word, right? Okay, so with that said, 20-1 odds for the first person that wants to put up $5, and I want my $5 too. I don't do this shit for fun. I do, but not that. I'm not betting for fun. I'm betting for the intensity of it. So 20-1 odds. If Alcaraz wins the French Open, boom, I pay you 100. However, if homeboy doesn't win, you pay him my $5. Who wants it? Someone give me that. I want it. Come on, back it up. Let's go. All right. I'm curious. You can't beat it. 20-1 odds. Let's go. But Alcaraz definitely is not.
Oh, Blake
winning
said me.
Let's go, girl. I know her too. Love her. She's like my soldier, right? But in a girl's body.
In a girl's body,
yeah. There you go. And by the way, Blakely is one of the two people, and Denise, that won our ladies doubles championship this past weekend.
And we're having another one.
Yeah, the next tournament is the Father's Day Classic, and yes, we'll have the doubles the same way. And so she has one title to defend next year. So we're going to have the same tournament next year. So you have to defend the Mother's Day one. But now you're going to have to potentially play and then defend another title. So can you be a 2-time champion? It's tough. Back to back. Maybe like the Bulls, like the Cowboys, right?
Generous odds. Some recency bias person will take it. Okay, well, we already have one, Blakely.
All right, who are your top 5 favorites to win Roland Garros, i.e. the French Open? When I was a kid, we called it the French Open. Now it's Roland Garros. That's okay. Same type thing. Who are your top 5 favorites to win the French Open on the men's side and as well on the women's side?
For me?
Let's go tit for tat. You name one man, I'll name one
Nadal.
man. Nadal. Give me another man. Djokovic. Give me another man.
Tsitsipas.
No, I'm not taking him. Sissy who? He might as well play Raducanu somewhere.
I think he's
number 3. Give me Casper Ruud. Give me Casper Ruud in there.
Is that a joke?
No, just like your Tsitsipas, same difference.
That's a joke.
Who's better on clay, Tsitsipas or Ruud?
Tsitsipas.
You're smoking something. Okay. Anyway, do the math. Okay. Who's your 4th player?
No.
Cricket.
Alcaraz.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's another. Give me the 5th player.
I'll go with the long shot of Zverev.
I was gonna say Riley Opelka because he serves so big and he can actually hit the ball.
What?
I was gonna go Riley Opelka there. Yeah.
No.
I think Riley Opelka makes the quarterfinal.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Look, if I'm picking if Opelka is not seeded inside the top 20 for the tournament, I'm taking Opelka as a 2-point player.
No.
He's got a big enough serve to hit
clay.
through the clay.
Not on clay.
Watch and see. I guarantee you Riley Opelka makes the second week. Anyone want to take that bet? I'm not giving you 21 odds. I'll give you some odds, but I'm not giving you 20-1. I'll go 2-1 odds. You bet your 5, I'll pay you 10, and vice versa. But Riley Opelka makes the second week. You agree or disagree?
Disagree.
All right, you're wrong. On the women's side, give me your top 5.
Swiatek.
Yep.
My first one. What about you?
Swiatek, I had it written here. Yep. Halep?
No, Halep would be number 2.
What about Krejcikova that just won it?
What's happened to her, by the way?
I don't know. But
It's hard to pick the women. I'll go with Swiatek, Halep, and I'll throw my name in there because
you think you can win the French Open?
That's how I feel about the rest of the women.
Yeah.
I might as well throw my name in there.
You know,
I have a chance.
Yeah, in all honesty,
I have a chance. Just saying,
Carl. In all honesty, that honestly, you do play at a very high level, and I think you. I don't care who you played. I know you would at least win some games.
Oh yeah.
And I think the large part of the women's field, you would probably win the matches outright.
I'll give myself a chance after those 2. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's a toss-up. That's what I'm saying. This is going to be a hard slam to win in fantasy because it's just such a toss-up.
And by the way, another challenge to anyone out there. So sometimes we'll be messing around, and we're humble people, seriously. But sometimes just doing the show, we always say that, Carla could hang with some of these girls on tour. So I always offer this. If there's any challenger player out there, any pro player, I don't care who it is. I know the top in the world, they're laughing, right? Because they're set financially. But anyone out there that wants to just play her a couple of sets, I'd love to see this. I'd video it. It would be amazing. So let's say that we got, I think Jessica Pegula. I think you can hang with Pegula, and she's like, what, 6th in the world?
I could.
That's what I'm saying. I kid you not. And she's an American.
But Dosa will not win a slam. She's a very weak 2. She's like your Sabalenka, another weak 2. I mean, no.
Yeah.
Sorry, she's beatable.
Yeah.
Halep came out of injury and kicked her ass. No, sorry.
Can you do me one favor and pull me up a picture of Camilla Giorgi's father?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Camilla Giorgi was just playing who at Rome? Who was she just playing when we were watching it?
Tomljanovic,
yeah. Nick Kyrgios' ex-girl, right?
Mm-hmm. Berrettini's ex-girl.
Berrettini. By the way, when we were reading the men's top 10 earlier in the show, currently in
many of them were saying Berrettini's the man, but not one. Do you remember when everybody last year was talking about Berrettini, and not one of them talk about Berrettini? Crickets. And remember, you used to laugh at them, but he's got a forehand. But
Berrettini, who? Berrettini's hanging out with Andreescu and Raducanu in the Whoville. They should start a town called Whoville and have like a bus transit system so they can bus each other's lazy asses around the little loop of losers. Sound pretty good? Mm-hmm. All right. Berrettini, who? Shoot, man. Come on,
What's up with all the noise, guys?
The children's are in there making noise. All right. Camilla Giorgi's dad. By the way, if you see Camilla Giorgi's dad, don't worry. It's not Frankenstein that came alive. It's actually Camilla Giorgi's dad. I got to handle these children's real quick.
I'm trying to find a good picture.
Come on, you find one.
What is
That's Christopher. That's not a children. That's an 18-year-old boy.
Oh my God.
Chris, man, what are you doing, man? Mature up finally. I heard he got his first kiss.
Oh,
I heard he kissed a girl for the first time.
Got a kiss.
He was a senior in high school, got his first kiss.
Aw.
What? He got all cheery. He's like, woo. So cute. He's down here playing with a 6-year-old.
Aw.
Oh, that's Frankenstein. Don't worry. Have you ever seen the movie The Clockwork Orange? Let me see this. Can you pull that picture back up? All right, think about this. Look at the picture. All right, buddy. Mm-hmm. And I'm with you. He's a pretty intense type guy, right? Mm-hmm. Let's go. Now, can you pull me up a picture of a Clockwork Orange? It's like the A, and then space Clockwork, C-L-O.
A Clockwork Orange.
Okay. A Clockwork Orange. And then show me a picture of just like the main character. Like this guy. Mm-hmm. Okay. Very similar here.
Terrible.
Yeah. Very similar. Anyway, I felt like I just lost my mind a couple of times. Anyway, watch out for Camilla Giorgi's dad because he's kind of freaky. Our schedule coming up for the French Open for the past 4 years, we have done shows every single day during majors, every single day. Because of our schedule currently, we won't be able to do them every single day. We will definitely be involved and be taking notes and writing and keeping up with scores and so forth for our fantasy team and cash giveaway. But if you are going to play the $500 cash giveaway and you're going to play the fantasy team giveaway where the top 2 finishers win $50 each, by all means, ask any questions that we have not answered at the beginning of this show for the rules. And please let Gene Swart, that's Jean Swart, Schwart. He's on the chat right now. and also Thomas, and it's Tomas, Chi, which is actually spelled Qi, and he's in Canada. I haven't seen him on yet. Have you?
No. My dad said he is from Argentina. A bum?
Okay.
Bum? Georgie's dad is from Argentina?
I don't know. He's a pretty. Your dad's on there?
Yeah.
Let's go, Nathan. Come on. I thought it was funny where Nathan was watching his son Jonathan play and win the tournament we just had. And in the first set, when Jonathan was kind of moving kind of slow and was kind of lazy on the feet, I was thinking, I was recording the video and I was like, man, he's not moving his feet very well. And all of a sudden, out of the back of my ear, I heard, man, lazy feet. And I'm like, man, me and Nathan think exactly alike. Because I thought the same shit, bro. The same freaking thing I thought. I was videoing it. And
it brought me memories.
And I was like,
it brought me memories when I used to go watch my brother when he used to play his junior tournaments, and my dad would yell at him for being lazy. Yeah.
Well, he hits a one-handed backhand, and if your feet aren't on point with the one-hander, that you're going to miss. And in the first set, he was getting to the ball like a half a step late, and he was meeting it just a bit late. And then he would try to overcome the lateness by kind of whipping the ball.
I thought he was trying to hit it too hard.
Yeah, he was trying to overcome. I'm guessing he was trying to overcome being late by accelerating the racket. And his shots were more errant, but he settled down in the second set.
Well, what difference does it make if he's
business.
Argentinian or Jewish Argentinian? He's still Argentinian. Just saying. My dad said, by the way, Carmela doesn't know other game than hit hard. True. And that's why she never got far in the game.
It's a good point. Or maybe because dad has been involved the whole time. Who are some other players?
Jabeur is not going to win the slam. Someone mentioned her fitness needs to improve. Trouble Mine. I agree. I mean, she won Madrid.
Good to hear from Trouble Mine, man. I hope you're well.
She did play Pagula. I mean, yeah, her fitness. I just don't understand how a tennis pro can't get in shape. If you are a tennis pro, you need to be in shape. I mean, duh. How do you expect to last long in these matches? There is no excuse to be out of shape as a professional tennis player.
Agree.
It's like a tennis coach who lets himself go. I mean, really.
Can I?
Do you think I would let an out of shape coach teach my daughter?
Carlos mentioning something along the lines of, if you're coaching my child to play and you're out there and your belly's done lapped over your belt, you're probably not going to have an opportunity to teach your kid. What do you guys think about that? Do you think an out of shape coach is I mean, in other words,
a pro player should not have a belly. If you're a pro, you're getting paid a lot of money. Get a what do you call it? A nutritionist. You know, get someone to give you a trainer to help you out with the food. Come on.
Good point.
It makes no sense. Yeah, first year night says you have all the facilities in team. Yeah, unfit. Yeah, there's no excuse. You have to discipline yourself. I mean, you have to. I remember when I lived with my coach. I mean, I was starving, but it's what I had to do. You know, like there was no junk food. She's eating too much junk food. You can see it.
Or maybe just doesn't have the right regimen.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have, you know, a nutritionist, somebody telling you, hey, eat this, eat that.
I agree. I couldn't agree more.
No excuse.
When the French Open starts, as soon as the first ball is struck, the entries for the fantasy teams will lock and no more changes will be made. So I think it starts on May, the 19th, something like that, give or take. So do your research on the draws, and remember, you do not have to select a fantasy team if you don't wish to, but if you do win the $500 along with 5 other people, that's how we break the tie. So be careful with that. Guys, as always, we love you a lot. It is our off day, which is one day of 7, and it's always a pleasure to share it with you. Again, a huge shout out to all the players that came out to our tournament here at Mirror Lake Racket Club, where we teach. It was an incredible time. The family atmosphere, the intense atmosphere, the athletic atmosphere was incredible on all levels. Everybody played well. A big shout out to all the finalists, which was, let me see if I can guess them. I didn't even write this. Let me see if I can guess. Men's final, your brother Jonathan and Jody Crane against Stephen Morgan and Patrick Bolton.
The Twin Towers.
And the women's final, it was Denise and Blakely versus Don't Tell Me. Shoot, you might have to tell me.
Emily and Deborah.
Okay, Emily and Deborah. And these two girls are awesome. Deborah's a spunky gal, super fun to be around. All right, on the men's consolation finals was Rashad and Vincent playing Shad, and I forgot the young man's name. Ethan. Yeah, fine young man. Did I string his racket? No, not his. Okay, and on the women's consolation final was Katie Crane and Hillary. What's up? Hillary got better. Get down, Hillary. Hit backhand bombs back there. And then Katie Crane hit the one-handed backhand volley right up the middle to win the match. Great job there releasing that one hand at the net because it looks like shit when you have two hands at the net on the backhand volley. It looks like garbage, hot garbage. Dump that shit out somewhere because it's hot garbage. But you didn't release hot garbage. It was pretty good. And then on the other side was Leanne and Beth. Correct?
Correct.
Let's get down. Memory, baby. Wawrinka. Got it. Wawrinka. All right, that's it. So the next show we are going to do is next Monday when we're off. And I think the French Open starts like maybe that day. Okay. So remember, when you select your fantasy teams and your $500 giveaway selections for the men's and women's final and winners, put them on this video. Okay. Ultimately, put them on this video. All right. If there's any questions, put them in this video. Hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? No worries. We'll answer it. Gene Swart or Thomas Chi will. And then once the first ball is struck, first round match against Donald Young and Riley Opelka, because that's how they always stack, Americans to play each other in the first round because they all suck.
What's up, Chuku?
Oh, I haven't heard from him in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Chukumika.
Good to hear from you. How have you been, bro?
I don't know.
Where are you residing now?
I thought he was in Africa.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Good to hear from you. Very, very nice to hear from you. Right?
Yeah.
Tennis is an international language.
It definitely is.
It's an international language. It doesn't matter how you look, where you come from, what color your skin is, what beliefs that you have, whether it's political or sexual or whatever. It doesn't matter because, in tennis, we can shake hands at the net and we all have like minds. We like to play the same sport. We have the same lifestyle. We're able to share it with others. And we all generally can shake hands at the net once the battle's over, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Let's go. Come on. Let's get down.
Time to rest.
We'll see you Monday. Chillin'.
Adios.
Let's go.